also proud, of course, Filipino-Canadian, in this case, Filipino-Swiss entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the world.
I was very lucky. 3 years ago, I was in a value alignment journey. I didn't know what was happening at that time, but now I kind of understood. It was the universe opening up the world to me to meet people that aligns my values. And I am very lucky to have met Demee in that journey.
As a human being, you're taking care of yourself. For me, self-care, it's self-care, and it's the most basic act of self-love.
We all have to forgive ourselves for judgment of ourselves and judgment of others. Every day we live with a lot of judgment, and that judgment causes us what I call emotional debris. Things that hold you back from living in your highest and best or better, believing in yourself, and having cautious living with intention to live in your highest and best or better, being a better version of you, which makes you then make good decisions. You know, getting rid of relationships or jobs that don't serve you, choosing products that make your life easier, cleaning up and decluttering your space, taking charge of the men, women, and relationships you have out there, raising your kids with more intentional about being a better version of them with good values than just trying to compete and try to outshine everyone. You outshine people when you love yourself, period. Intentional living is about you knowing your value to yourself. Like I said, other people's opinion of me is none of my business. My opinion of myself needs to be solid. But that comes from patching those holes, cleaning emotional debris, forgiving yourself and others, and learning to love yourself. What's the dialogue on the inside you speak with? Are you conscious? Are you aware? Stress management, burnout management. If you got to burnout, it just means there's been little red flags every day telling you something's off, and you've been like, shut up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Push it aside, procrastinate, deny, avoid. At some point, if you don't listen to your symptoms, they get louder and louder and louder until you burn out.
I just really wanted to talk, because it's all about relationships and Demee is about relationships, I wanted to talk about the difference between real and fake. So I've worked in the dating matchmaking space for, I don't know, over 30 years, talked to about 65,000 people. So I created a fun acronym for what a real relationship is, okay? This you may want to write down or record. So I have a real relationships framework. I have a copy of it. If you want to see it later, come see me. So in the business sense, real is revenue, that acronym, revenue, equity, alignment, and leverage. Okay, that's our real relationship. And when you think about it, because nowadays relationship capital is probably the most important capital that you're gonna have in business, because there's a reason why the four of us are here and why you're all there. And we're able to really share our story. If you can, and this is business, obviously. Now revenue is obviously about making money. Can you align with that person, right? Equity is not just in your relationship equity, but it's also in equity within your business, right? And then alignment, if your values align. Some people, they'll go into partnership with someone, but their values are very different. That's never going to work. It doesn't work. And then of course, leverage. It's not always about what can you give to me, what can I give to you? It's sort of organic. So it's a good thing when you think about, are my relationships real? Can I see me doing something with this person? So if you're gonna go into business with somebody, look at those 4 different areas. And if any one of them is missing, it's something that you should really look at.